Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of Now That's What I Call Music 12. This album was released on March 25th, 2003, and has an increased number of hip-hop and R&B songs, with 15 songs being in that genre. This album might be rough getting through, as there are not a lot of good songs on here, so let's see what we got, starting with
All I need in this life is sin. It's me and my girlfriend,
This is the song that started the rumors about these two dating. This song samples the 1996 song Me and My Girlfriend by Machiavelli, which is the pseudonym Tupac released it under. The 1987 song If I Was Your Girlfriend by Prince was also sampled when making this song. I don't really want to get into the controversy with Toni Braxton, so let's get into my opinion. I like how the song sounds. I think what really got me into this song were the flamenco guitars. I think it adds a nice touch to this song and really adds to it. I don't listen to much from either artist, so it's nice to have this song. And moving further into R&B, we have I am going to be careful when talking about this song for obvious reasons. In my opinion, I don't like the song. I think it sounds way too repetitive, and the production makes it sound like a generic pop R&B song. I just have never enjoyed the song, and I can't bring myself to like it. And now onto an artist we have seen plenty of times before. For this segment, we are talking about the Bronx remix, which does not include Jadakiss or Styles P. This song is a tribute to her childhood in the Bronx and talks about her desire to stay humble despite her fame and fortune. In my opinion, this is a good song. I really like the old school hip hop sound that was used. This does have a ton of samples in it, but 3 of them are known to me. There's the 1975 song Heaven and Hell is on Earth by 20th Century Steel Band, the 1987 song South Bronx by Boogie Down Productions, and Hijack by Enoch Light, which were either made in the 20s or 30s. However, this does not keep it from being a good song, and I think it is worth listening to. Now for this next song, we are looking at the album version. And here we have a breakout hit. The song is all about Nivea advising all the girls to leave her man alone. There is something about the production that I like, but for some reason I can't figure out what that is. I do think this is a good song and all 3 singers sound great on it, but it is still a forgettable song. It also doesn't help that I mix up this song with another song we will talk about in the future review. Overall, it's good, but it could be better. And now on to another legendary artist we are talking about for the first time.
Baby, smile today, 'cause I've been imagining.
There isn't much to say about this song. This song is pretty easy to tell what it's about based on the lyrics and has uncredited vocals from Mark Dorsey and Pharrell Williams. The song is easily one of his softer songs and not hard-hitting at all, and while I do think he has a nice singing voice, I just don't like the song. I am pretty sure there are a lot of people who like this song, but I am not one of them. And now back to another artist we have seen plenty of times before. If you didn't know, this song is about shoes. Specifically, this is a tribute to the classic Nike Air Force One shoe and features St. Lunatics crew members Kai Wan, Ali, and Murphy Lee. Now, I am not a sneakerhead and never will be, so I don't really get the appeal of the song, but I still think it's a good song. I really like how upbeat this sounds, and everyone sounds great as well and keep up with the beat well. I know I am not the target demographic for this song, but I still think it's good. And now on to a rapper we don't see much in today's music.
They shooting. I made you look. You a slave to a page in my rhyme book.
This is the type of material Knowles made in the early 2000s. This song samples Apache from the Incredible Bongo Band as a breakbeat was built around it. And as it turns out, I like the song. The song has a darker sound production-wise, and it sounds like Nas is getting ready for battle, which is funny as he was in a feud with Jay-Z right before it. Overall, this is a song I can really get behind. Now on to another rap legend that I haven't talked about yet. The song has a very tropical feel to it. That might be because of the music video, but I don't think it was intentional to have that feel. I just don't get a hip-hop feel whenever I listen to this, and it doesn't help that I am not a fan of this song to begin with. This is getting a second win due to its inclusion in Pharrell Williams' movie Piece by Piece, but that doesn't help that it's one of my least favorite songs on this album. And we are just getting to a ton of songs I dislike, and we are continuing that with This song first gained traction from the film Drumline. I think that's very apparent with how this song sounds, but it makes it sound weird to me. I think the decision to have drums and other band instruments just make this song sound weird, and it just ends up making no sense. I just never expected someone from NSYNC to ever make something like this. But while we're on the topic of NSYNC, this is the first song Justin Timberlake ever made for his solo career. The single was also used to promote the hip-hop duo Clips. This song also takes inspiration from funk music due to the drum sound. As for me, I don't like the song. I seem to like Timberlake songs whenever the song seems different in terms of sounds used. We will get the songs I like from him at some point, but for right now, I can't get into it. And now for a weird and forgettable song with Another Day. This song is probably my least favorite song on the album. This song also features vocals from Angela McCluskey, who is a member of the Wild Colonials. And like I said, I don't like the song, and most of it is because I don't like chill out music. I just lose interest very quickly and it keeps me from fully enjoying a song. And now on to a song from a group we haven't talked about yet. However, we have seen a song from one of their members. I could not find any background information on this song, so I will only talk about my opinion. And I think that it's a pretty good song. The melody seems to run with the piano, and I think it's a good song due to it. I think the song has a darker sound in terms of R&B music, and I think everyone here sounds good on the song. So overall, I think this is a decent song, but on the topic of dark sounding production, okay, I did not realize how dark this song was in terms of its lyrics as well. This song talks about the narratives of 3 young people and how their lives were stolen from them from a school attack, and I will leave it at that. I do think this is a good song as I really like the production here, and not everyone is willing to sing about the subject matter in this song. If you decide to listen to this song, it is not easy when you know its context. Now let's move on to another familiar name with It's been too long and I'm lost without you. What am I gonna do? Here's another song Aaliyah recorded before she passed away. This song, like the last time we talked about her, was released on her album after she passed. I don't really mind this song, and it ends up being one of the few calm sounding songs I actually like. This became one of Aaliyah's most successful songs, and admittedly it can be forgettable, but even then, I think you should listen to the song if you haven't yet. But on the topic of forgettable songs, God sent me an angel from the heavens above. The song is forgettable for me, and I don't like that it's forgettable. This song is also quite sad as the song and music video are dedicated to 2 of her family members who had passed away. As for me, I do like the song and I think it was done well. I like how a piano was used to drive the whole song as it helps to hold that emotional weight, and Perez is a good singer as well. This may be her only top 20 hit, but it is a really good song. And going on to an artist I've only ever given praise to, baby, don't you leave me. I have been this song I also could not find background for. This song I also think is good, but I also think it's the worst of the 3 songs. I just could not find the same enjoyment I did for the songs on her other 2, and I think because it's more mellower than her previous songs. This stays the same mellow mood while the other 2 had different points between softer and louder notes, and I enjoyed that mix more. It's still a great song and Carlton is a great singer, but I also have heard better from her. Now going to a country artist you are going to see a lot of in the coming reviews. The version you are hearing is not the version on this Now album. The album uses the remix done for the film How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Both the original and remix are good, but for this review I am talking about the remix. Now if you don't like country, this remix has a more pop music sound and sounds less country, and as a fan of country music, I can still say the remix is good. It is also way shorter as the original is a little over 5 minutes long, and I generally don't like songs being over 4 minutes in length. This is one of Keith Urban's biggest songs and was even named the #1 country song of the 2000s. I think there are better Keith Urban songs, but this is still a nice start. And sticking to rock for the rest of the review, we have this is the lead single for this band. The song is about dealing with frustration and anger, and this song with a title like that makes that even more obvious. But this is still a good song and really hammers in the fact that what this song is about. The heavy sound also shows that this song should not be taken lightly and wants to emphasize what the song is about, especially with the chorus. This is one of Chevelle's more hard rock songs, and it's one I definitely enjoyed. And sticking with hard rock, we have This song is also hard-hitting with its content. The song is centered around a narrator and his love-hate relationship with a lover. While looking into the lyrics more, you can definitely see that this is about domestic violence in a relationship, and it's most likely seen from the abused woman's point of view. That makes the song even harder to listen to than the last song, as this is not something to take lightly. In terms of sound, I can just say the same things as in the last segment, but in terms of lyrics, this song shows an insight into one of the most horrible things that can happen in a relationship, and I hope no one, no matter the gender, ever has to go through this. And luckily, our last song isn't as heavy as the previous two. And once again, we have another good rock song. The song is about needing someone to be there for you unconditionally, and when you're gone. Also, gone does not mean having passed away, but when they're gonna come back. And despite this not being as heavy as the other two, I do think this is a good song. It's still hard rock, but it still has a sense of emotionality that is hard to portray sometimes, and I think it was done well. I think this is one of the band's best songs, and this helped prove they were not a one-hit wonder. And that is it for this review, and it wasn't as bad as I remember it being. There are pretty good songs on this album, and they stand out more than the bad ones. My favorite song on this album goes to Somebody Like You by Keith Urban, and if the original was put in, it might have been pushed out based on length alone. Anyways, other songs I like will be in the description below, and next time we will continue on with the main series. Until then, my name is Mist, and take care.